Hey, it's Lauren. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing like a chit chat, getting ready tutorial based off the look I wore in my last two videos, which were both pretty much the same as just a different lip color. But I did get some requests to do a tutorial. So I actually am gonna, getting ready to go on a date with my boyfriend. So I was like, I'm just gonna film getting ready and kind of just tell you what I do because I pretty much always do this look because it's my favorite. So I hope you like it and I'll see you soon. Oh, also, if you like this, please subscribe. Thanks. Bye. Alright, so I'm going to start with my Benefit Porefessional and just get this hair on my face. So as you can see, my skin is not perfect, so hopefully you guys don't mind because I really wanted to give you this look from like start to finish. So I'm just going to start with this primer and I'm just going to dab this on. Sorry if I'm not looking at you guys when I'm putting the makeup on because I'm watching myself put this on. And also, if you guys like these kind of like chit-chat videos / tutorials, let me know. Or if you prefer voiceovers, I can try and do that. I personally like it when someone talks to me, so I prefer these videos, but I know some don't. So just let me know what your preference is. So I'm going to use this foundation, the YSL Touche Eclat. And I usually mostly use this if I'm going out at night. Like it's more of like, I don't like to use this on every day because it's actually, it's very expensive, but it really is amazing. So I just put like 2 pumps right there, and I'm just going to dab this all over my face. Okay. And prior to this, I had pretty much just put on moisturizer. That's it. Okay. So I'm using my Real Techniques buffing brush just to buff this into my skin. And as you can see, this foundation's it's like a medium coverage. Like it covers a lot, but it's not, I wouldn't say it's full. And it feels really light on the skin. You don't feel like you're covered in makeup. Alright, now it's time to conceal because I got stuff to conceal. So I'm using this Tarte Maracuja in Fair. And this is for under my eyes. And I just like literally squirt this onto my eye like this. Honestly, I don't remember exactly what the look was I did in my other video, but I pretty much do the same sort of look like at night, like if I'm going to the movies or whatever. Tonight I'm going to a movie with my boyfriend and probably dinner or something, so that's what I'm getting ready for. And this I really like to just put this on with my finger because I think it just blends out really beautifully that way. I've tried brushes, but this seems to be my favorite. The only thing about this concealer is you have to set it right away, or I find that it goes into my fine lines, which is not ideal. So I just take this, this is like Tarte. This was like a little sample. It's just like a translucent powder. And I use this brush, and I'm just, oops, I just spilled all over me. So I'm just going to put just right under my eye so that I don't have to worry about creasing. Okay. Alright, so then I'm taking this Instant Age Rewind. This is like a spot treatment, supposedly, concealer. I think it's okay. I like it, actually. It's not, so I have a little pimple there, so let's cover that up. Just any spots where I see redness, or a lot of these are just like leftover red marks, like from previous pimples or things like that. Really attractive, right? And then I do get a lot of redness around my nose, and that was a bug bite, so that's cool. So with that, I'm just going to buff this in with the same brush that I used for my foundation. But I'm more going to tap it this time than really buff it in because I don't want to like lose the coverage because that would really make all the concealing pointless. Okay. I'm just going to get that around my nose. Alright, so I'm going to set everything with my YSL powder. This is, there we go, number 2. Brush because it's really big. So I can do this like really quickly and not waste time. Hopefully this video is not going to be like 7 hours long because I'm kind of doing this at real time. Okay, so next I like to contour. And for my favorite brush for contouring is the MAC 109, which I'm sure you guys have all seen before. Sorry, it's dirty. I just used it this morning. But I'm going to use this with my Hoola bronzer. My favorite bronzer is actually the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil. And I love that bronzer. Oops. See, the Hoola one, as you can see, I really have to blend it out on my skin because I'm really white. But it does leave nice. And I'm not doing like a super defined contour. I'm really just blending right up here. And I like to keep the concentration of the bronzer like towards my temples because I feel like if it goes in too much, you kind of can tell and it kind of ruins the whole point of contouring. So you like to keep it up here. Make a little fishy face. Okay, so you can see now it's a little, like it's definitely more defined. And I have a round face, so I definitely find contouring to be like a really important part of my routine. And I go right around my chin just to define this area. And I really like to blend a lot because I'm really paranoid of things looking like, oh, look at her, she has bronzer all over her chin or stuff like that. I do not like that look at all. And then I'm going to use, this is just like a multi-use brush, and I use this just to give my neck a little color because I am white. I'm very white, or pale, or whatever you want to say. Alright, so that's that, and then just like a little bit right on my temples up here. I do sometimes do like a really strong contour and highlight if I'm like doing like something really fancy or I'm getting all dressed up, but like on a normal like night like this or date night, I like to keep it a little more natural, but still defined. Alright, so for blush, I'm going to use, I just got this, it's the Balm Frat Boy, and I love this. This color is amazing. Just look at that, it's beautiful. And you'll see when I put this on how pigmented it really is. Like I'm just going to like barely tap it because otherwise it's going to be. So I just start with my little, right at the apples of my cheeks, and I just kind of like dab it like this. And then I start to blend it. See how pretty that color is? And this also lasts, like it like really lasts on your skin. Like it's not like, you know, it's off in an hour. I'm doing the same thing on this cheek. Giving it a little smile. And then it's really important. I think one of the most important things about doing makeup is just really blending, because you could easily look like a hot mess if you really don't blend your makeup. I think it's really important because personally I like it to look a little more natural. I don't want to look like a hot mess, like I said. So I'm going to use my favorite highlighter, which is the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Soft and Gentle. And I always highlight. I'm like obsessed with highlighters. I own a million of them. This one is by far my favorite though. And I'm just going to use the same brush I used for my contouring. And I'm going to just sweep that right on. And I really like to make sure not to put it too far under my eye because I don't really like that look. See if you can see that? It looks really natural. And then I'm just going to drag a little down my nose and then just with my finger put a little right on the cupid's. Okay, so I'm going to fill in my brows, which I know desperately need to be waxed, but I do not like to pluck them myself or do anything like that because I really like how they look when they're done by a professional. So I choose to just, you know, fill them in and make them look the best I can in between visits. So that's that. So I have this MAC Duo. This is the Brunette one. This just came out, like their brow collection or whatever. So I'm going to use this lighter shade first. And this I'm just going to put all throughout my brow. I learned this trick, which I'll show you in a minute, which I think makes a huge difference when you're in between brow visits and you can't, you know, you're looking a little bit bushy and you're not as defined as you normally would. So this, I just use this color, which is funny because honestly, like, because I'm so dark, like, since my hair is so dark, I always would think that this color would be too light, but it's actually, like, really perfect. I think it looks really natural. And I really like the way that powders look as opposed to pencil. I think it's much more natural. So I'm going to take now the darker color, and this I'm just going to put, like, right at my arch, just to make it look a little bit more defined. And then right where my eyebrow starts. And I think this gives it way more definition. If you look at the difference between that and that. So I'm going to do the same thing on this brow. I honestly think it makes such a difference. I can't even tell you. And then just right in. Yeah, so I think that the darker right in the beginning and right in the arch just definitely makes it look more defined, and you can't really see as many of the little stray hairs. And then I also like to use this MAC Prep and Prime. This is in Highlighter Radiant Rose. And I use this just like right under my brow just to highlight it and to kind of cover up those little hairs that are pesky and not adorable. And I'll also put this in my inner corner because it brightens it up. And I'm just going to blend this with my finger. See, like, what the difference? Alright, so then I'm going to take my Maybelline Color Tattoo in Barely Beige. I think this was limited edition, but I've really made a dent in that. As you can see, I love this stuff. I'm just going to prime my lids with this. It's just a really nice champagne color. I think there's a new one out in the Metal collection called Barely Branded, and I think that's supposed to be pretty similar if you didn't get your hands on this one. And these, I love these. These are just like amazing. Really amazing. You see how pretty that is? Like, I could literally just wear this and go out, and like I would look great. Okay. Pull under my eye. And then I'm going to take, oh, I can't close this. Okay, so I'm going to take my MAC Quad, which is right here, and I'm going to use this color, which is Satin Taupe. And this is like, I never had MAC eyeshadows like until like a month ago, and I'm literally obsessed with this. So I'm going to use this color to define my crease. And I really like this color because it kind of like has a purple, it's taupey, and then it kind of leans toward purple. And I really like purple with my brown eyes. I think it makes them look a little bit brighter. So I'm going to do the same on this eye. And because I have hooded eyes, I find that it's really important for me to define my crease, because otherwise it just looks like I don't even have eyelids, which isn't my ideal look. So just blend that out. Like I said, blending is muy importante. And then I like to always use a pretty shimmery shade on my lid. And I'm going to open up this Lorac Pro palette, and I'm going to use the nude color. This is like my favorite color. Like, when I run out of this color, I don't know what I'm going to do because I'm not going to buy a whole nother palette. But as you can see, this is like so pigmented and so reflective. Do you see how pretty that is? Like, it's just, oh, just so gorgeous. I'll do the same on this side. Oh, I love this color. Oh, so pretty. Alright, so now that I have that blended, I'm going to take this cream color here, and I'm just going to use that as a highlight on my brow bone. I like to use a matte highlight on my brow bone when I'm using a shimmery color on my lid, because otherwise I feel like it just competes, and it's just, I don't like that look, so I like to do things this way. And then in my inner corner, I'm going to take this matte color, and this is Phloof. And I'm just going to use my finger, because I find that when you use your finger for the inner corner highlight, you get the most pigmentation, and you get really like directed color. And I like a bright inner corner, so I stick with this color. And then my eyes are almond shaped, and they're kind of on the small side, so I do like to enhance them by using a nude pencil. So I'm going to use this one by Nars. It's in the color Rue Bonaparte. Okay, so I'm just going to put this in my waterline. And then I'm also going to drag it under my eye. I know most people don't do this, but I like to get the nude all here. And then in my inner corner, I really think this makes my eyes look bigger and brighter. See the difference? And then I'm going to do this on this eye. And I love this eyeliner because it seriously actually lasts on my waterline. I find that most eyeliners, when I do this, they always fade, and I hate it. Like, I have a still one, and that one always fades. Like, I don't even know why I bother with that one. This one, though, if you really want lasting power, This is it. Okay. So then I'm going to take a little bit of the same Satin Taupe color and I'm going to put this on my lower lash line. Just right over where the nude was. You know, gotta get some definition. And this is like just a very thin line. I don't like to make it like smoky. It's not supposed to be a smoky look. I just like a little bit of definition right there. Okay, so then I'm going to take my favorite liquid liner of all time. This is the Kat Von D liquid liner, and this is in Trooper. And this is probably the easiest eyeliner to use ever. Like, it just is amazing. So I'm not gonna do this too crazy. I'm just gonna wing it out a little bit because I always like to wing out my eyeliner. I just can't help it. And I'm just gonna drag it in here. See how easy that was? I'm gonna do the same on this eye. I like to start kind of in the middle and then kind of wing it out here, following my natural lash line, and then just kind of come back in here and then into into the inner tear duct, if that makes sense. See how like literally I can do that in like 2 seconds? And it's the blackest black, like it is black. This stuff is great. And then I'm not actually going to curl my eyelashes because I don't curl them that often. My eyelashes are not straight. They are kind of curled. So I'm going to be using my Tarte. This is like Lights Camera Lashes, I think. And I'm just going to put this right on my lash line. Alright, and then I'm going to do the same on this one. And then once the top's dry, I'm going to just do my lower lash line lightly. I don't think you need a ton of mascara on your lower lashes, but I do like to have them a little bit defined, so I do it. I do like to do everything I can to make my eyes bright and bigger, because I like that. I like this mascara. I don't love it, but it works. So I'm going to let that dry. I'm going to just do a tiny bit more on my upper lash line. And I do not wear fake eyelashes very often because I feel like I don't need them all the time, but so that's the finished look for the eyes. And as you can see, it's very bright. And I think it really does open up my eyes a lot, which I do need. So for lips today, in my last video, I was actually wearing the Nicki Minaj lipstick, but that one is kind of bright for like every day, every night. So tonight I'm just going to do a nude lip. So I'm going to use the MAC Creme Nude lipstick, which I really like. And it looks really nude when I first put this on. Because my lips are really pigmented naturally, but I don't know what it is, but once this like sets in my lips, like it starts to look really good. And I'm going to take this Buxom lip gloss in Katie, and this is going to add a little more pink. And that's the final look.